We are getting underway in game one of this best of five. Far away from any of those three teams, as Lucas will go underneath Andy, try to go around Delta, needs somebody to come up and help out with the play. Delta is taken out by Luke, and it is Omelette that finds themselves on the right foot to start things off, but seems Frontline have weathered the initial storm.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure just opening up there. To me, they look a little bit cagey starting off. There was already a couple of backboard read whiffs. Maybe just, sometimes the first 20 or so seconds of a game, you do just need to go up for a ball, let yourself miss, and be like, okay, I'm just sort of finding my range, so to speak.
Frontline, the group that has been around for quite a while here in the Rocket League community, especially with players like Brandon and Alraz, as Lion Blaze will try to bring one out around the board, so he got off to a slow start. Now Delta, again, taken out by Luke. Eventually he's going to get even, but not right now. Andy, backboard for nobody in particular, and Lion Blaze can take over.
Nice bit of defending there from Delta. Lion Blaze was running at him, and I believe Delta was the last man, but very competent and composed, held his ground, made a nice challenge, got rid of the danger. Looking very solid so far from both teams. Not really giving the other team much of an edge. Neither team really taking any risks so far. Nice even matchup so far.
Delta, a player that's going to have a lot of eyes on him, I would think, not just in this tournament, but as the season rolls on. Might be called on to play some defense here. He's waiting for Joe Fresh's follow-up, but it's Andy who swipes in to make the save. Now Lion Blaze looking to drop one down. Andy again. He is everywhere on the defensive end right now for Team Frontline, but there is Delta getting a save, and he's going to have to wait as Lion Blaze has that read well ahead of him. Quickly ahead to Luke and intercepted.
Yeah, both the blue team there looking good on offense, looking for passes. They're starting to come out of their shell a wee bit. As you saw there, I believe it was Freshness looking for Lion Blaze. Sometimes in these high-stakes matches, you get a little bit autopilot and you get a bit, wow, what a shot. Is that going to be in? No. What was I saying? Yeah, sometimes you can get a bit defaulty and you can sort of just go for shots, maybe go for passes, but already seeing them look for their teammates, some promising signs.
Yeah, especially when nerves become a factor, Marky. I'm sure you've seen teams kind of lock up against you in particular and your flip side team. Do you have a sense of when that's happening? Is that something you're able to prey on if you're a more experienced player?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I remember vividly season 2, Violent Panda. We could tell, we smelled blood in the water. We could tell that Violent Panda was having a hard time. He wasn't nearly the player back then as he is now. But I remember thinking, every time there was a backboard clear for Violent Panda, or every time we isolated him on defense, we were larking like vultures, and we scored a couple goals that way. So yeah, these players will get a feel for you if you show signs of nerves.
How about this one, just ripping across out of the corner? This is a pinch along the corner that got there in a hurry.
Yeah, wow. I knew Beast was a good player. I'd heard a lot of good things about him, but that pinch was pretty ridiculous. And poor Lion Blaze on the goal line, it came at him so fast, he couldn't even put a block on it because he would have just owned gold.
That's nearly impossible to defend there, and that is how Team Frontline gets the opening goal of the series. Comes at a good time, too, with about 90 seconds left. A lot less time to have to try and hold on to this lead, but now sense of urgency's got to be there for Omelette as Freshness lobs one towards the backboard. Beast of on him with kind of a backflip as he might have got called off by Andy. This will drop down to Freshness, and Beast is right there for the save, and they clear the zone. Excellent defending from Frontline trying to hold the lead.
Yeah, a bit of an overcommit from Lion Blaze in my opinion. I think he got a little bit lucky that didn't go even worse for them, because there was 2 men on the ball already, and Lion Blaze chucked himself at the ball, and all of a sudden it was kind of a 3v0, but luckily the way the 50 came off, it didn't quite present a goal scoring opportunity. But a bit over aggressive from Lion Blaze. What a shot from Delta.
Yeah, and this is Freshness. I don't think he had a ton of boost to work with, though. He only had 12. He goes into the net hoping that something's going to roll his way. It does not. Instead, they go up top. Frontline up 2-0.
Yeah, a bit of a mistake in my opinion. Like that might sound harsh, but I don't think it was that hard to tell where that ball was going. I know he had no boost, but all he had to do was sort of come out of the post and lock the angle. Great finish though from Delta. Honestly, didn't have much to aim at regardless, and he found the corner well.
Beastabonium out to Delta. They're looking for the knockout blow in game one. And there almost was the icing on the cake. Andy floating one in. Freshness will make this save too. And the small glimmer of hope remains for Omelette, but they've got to get downfield and score right now. They will not, as Andy slows things up. And time is going to run out on Omelette here in game one, as Team Frontline have dominated the last 2 minutes. And they will have a shutout to show for their efforts.
Yeah, great game from Frontline, I must say. Very impressed with Delta and Beast. And Andy as well, actually. They seem to be rotating very nicely, finding each other with passes. They've got a lot of creative tricks up their sleeve as well. Omelette looked like they had goals in them too, to be fair. But my money after seeing that first game would definitely be on Frontline, coming out a lot stronger.
To the tune of 10 shots apiece, but obviously quality over quantity. In the case of Team Frontline, and again, they took advantage of kind of a defensive miscue, as you had mentioned, with Freshness on his way back. He was the only one there. Delta took advantage. That first goal from Beastabonium getting the ball over to Andy. Boy, if they can create opportunities like that, it's going to be a very long series for Omelette. It's going to feel very short for Team Frontline. They could get things taken care of in just 3 games as we kick it off on Urban Central for game number 2. Lion Blaze on the opening kickoff up against Beastabonium, and as so much has gone his way in the offseason and even in this tournament, that kickoff went the way of Beastabonium, and then he's right back on this, trying to find a teammate. He's got one, but just could not connect with Andy. Now Delta, double on the way, and he just missed it high.
Yeah, thinking outside the box though. You know, maybe most players were just taking a pot shot there, but he tried to ping it off the backboard and get the read. Shows me that they're confident. That's a sign of confidence going for those sort of plays, and it's really good signs from Frontline so far.
Luke didn't get that away cleanly, but he did find Lion Blaze. Can he get to the corner boost? Yes. He'll steal a little bit, but look at this, back the other way. Luke had to race back as Delta had a shot on. Beastabonium nearly did as well. The only thing that saved Omelette on that occasion was the crossbar, and then physical play turns it into a counterattack on the other side.
Yeah, what a crucial goal for them to get there. You know, they've been taking a lot of pressure. Frontline are looking really good, so that'll do wonders for their confidence to go on the counter and get a smart goal. I didn't catch who that was making the bump, but a smart bump. Great goal. That'll do wonders for their confidence.
Beastabonium again on this, following the opening kickoff, but right back the other way, and something we could probably expect to see a lot from these two teams, and a little bit of a contrast from game one. Just a lot of dump and chase. Andy up the ladder. That's a double commit from Omelette, but it doesn't cost them, as Beastabonium didn't have a lot of boost and could not get downfield quickly. Now he can. He's got Andy to help, and Freshness goes up for one stop, then takes out Delta on his way down.
Yeah, interesting decision from, I think that was Andy, to go for the aerial pinch. Not sure it's what I would go for. You know, you sort of leave your last man a bit exposed. But at the same time, you know, if it comes off, it's going to be very difficult to defend. So, you know, I didn't know much about this team. Nice to see a lot of aggression coming out of them. It's a fun, you know, makes for a fun series when you're aggressive like that.
And we have a game on our hands here after Omelette finally got off the schneid and was able to score. They lose their lead fairly quickly to Team Frontline. Again, a potent offense between Andy, Delta, and Beastabonium. As Luke, he'll have this one to the backboard. It could angle down. It does, but Beast is right there. Nobody charged forward. I think they expected the clear to come out, and when it didn't, it was easy pickings for Beastabonium.
Yeah, he's looking sharp right now. I didn't really get to talk about it too much when the goal happened, but he, you know, already looked sharp in that series. And that finish just a moment ago, that was something else. The way he had no boost, couldn't really just go for a hard shot off the bat. So he threw in like a wee shimmy and the goalkeeper jumped. He got the goalkeeper to move, and then he picked his spot beautifully in the top left corner after the goalkeeper had shown his hand, and it's a great goal for the equalizer.
Andy trying to get around Lion Blaze. He has. And the backboard wasn't well defended. It almost cost him. Lion Blaze aided by the post. And he'll go up and dump this away from Beastabonium as well. Now Delta setting up Andy.
Oh my goodness, they're all over them. There's got to be more goals in this. They are all over them. They're coming up with fresh ideas on how to score. Their mechanics look really solid and reliable right now. They're coming in and taking this game by the scruff of the neck. Big respect for this team.
I wonder how they'll handle the frustration after coming so close on numerous occasions just in the last 30 seconds alone. When does desperation start to set in as they wonder how you're going to get one by these guys? Now Luke on the counter. That's saved by Andy. And Lion Blaze had a tough time reading it, but he's got all day to play it.
Yeah, Frontline, like they've absorbed the pressure very well. They seem to be reading the game competently, looking very well organized. Like you would have thought that the other team would have broken through by now, but they've just kept their heads, not made any rash decisions, not really done too many double commits. Both teams looking very good so far. I'm honestly, I didn't know much about these teams, and I'm very impressed.
Everybody misses here right after you say you're impressed by them. Then the demo from Lion Blaze doesn't quite work out as Luke and Lion Blaze, boy, they get stuck in the corner, and boy, it's just the kiss of death, Marky. As soon as you start praising them, the communication breakdowns, some whiffs. Andy's going up for a double here, doesn't convert. Delta will try, and Lion Blaze will make the point blank save.
Yeah, I'll just shut my mouth from now on. Like I obviously don't know what I'm talking about. Second, I compliment a team. I feel like that happens all the time. Is this the caster's curse you all used to talk about?
I believe it is. We need the old Marky that says, oh, NA team must be trash. Here's Lion Blaze with Luke flanking to the right. Lion's going to take the shot, and he hit the crossbar, and then Andy just barely got a piece of that to prevent any follow-up, and here comes Team Frontline.
Yeah, you know what? If Lion were European, I think he would have scored that, to be honest.
There you go. See, there's the Marky we missed. But you're also probably not wrong. Here's Andy with a shot to win it in regulation, but Freshness makes the save. They'll have one last chance at 0, and we go to OT.
One thing I noticed from Frontline, just for a little phase of that game, Beast was just on a murder spree, just going for demo after demo after demo. I'd like to see a bit more of that. You know, they created a chance or two from it, and then they sort of reverted back to sort of clean, pure Rocket League. And as I say that, they score right away. I didn't catch what happened there. Let's have a look.
Yeah, Lion Blaze stopped Andy on the double attempt, and then I don't think the last man even saw Beastabonium coming up because he seemed very low, very late on that challenge. And Beastabonium cleans up Team Frontline, 2 down and 1 to go.
Yeah, looking really good. That last goal, you know, not quite as beautiful as some of their other goals they've scored, but they, like I said, they're quick. And for me, so far, they've had a bit too much quality. I think that's the main difference. I think they're quite equally matched in terms of organization. I think they're both, you know, understand each other and communicate well. But I think in terms of individual quality of each player, I think Beast and Delta are sort of a bit too much for this Omelette team.
Freshness has come into this series for Omelette as the leading scorer in North America in this tournament. He had 10 goals coming in. He has been held scoreless, as has Luke. Lion Blaze has the only goal for Omelette, as they now face relegation down to the 1-2 bracket unless they can come up with a reverse sweep. It has to start here on Utopia Coliseum. The first step, looking for 3 wins in a row. Boy, they're going to have their hands full, though, with Beastabonium and this Team Frontline, especially if they can score off the opening kickoff. Delta's forced this ball through to the back wall, but that's a good job by Lion Blaze getting it clear. Luke coming on, and he just can't get the touch he needed.
Yeah, I think we need a better decision from Lion Blaze. They've looked like they're having trouble getting through the defense all game. Found himself in a 2v1 position there. There was only one man back, you know, and he had the ball on the wall. I would have liked to see him maybe bring it down and then maybe find the pass mid or bring it down and have his teammate go for a bump or something. But he just sort of hacked at the ball and gave away possession. They need a bit more composure in possession if they're going to break down this attack, this defense. Sorry.
It'll be Delta slamming that off the corner, just trying to buy time for his teammates to get back on the attack. Beastabonium is up for this, and he's won another challenge over Lion Blaze. Again, Beastabonium winning challenges become the new norm here in NA, as Freshness barely got to that ball to make the save. But again, Team Frontline, they are circling around, and they are waiting to just pounce on any mistake that Omelette makes.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's all good and well to say they need to take their possessions better, but at the moment they can't even get a hold of the ball. They're just stuck in their own half, you know, so they've got bigger issues at the moment than wasting possession.
Boy, how about the challenge here? I think it's Beastabonium that wins that. You couldn't win it any cleaner, and then Freshness is in no man's land.
See, that's what I mean about just a slight step up in quality. Beast just dunking the living daylights out of his opponent there, and Delta getting a much better read on the backboard. Like I said, they do just look like they are slightly better players, honestly. As harsh as that sounds.
Hey, there are winners and losers in this game, and right now the winners are Team Frontline, as Luke is trying to do something about that, and Freshness comes in to score his 11th goal of the day.
Yeah, see, there it is again. I talk about how much better the Frontline boys are, then Omelette go and score straight away. So, again, just absolutely clueless. Don't listen to me whatsoever.
That's my line. 3:16 to go. One apiece in a game that, again, Omelette must win. Intercepted by Beastabonium, but he didn't get it cleanly, so it's an opportunity for Omelette to try and take the lead. It's only been one lead in this whole series when Lion Blaze scored last game. As Luke makes one save, he'll streak downfield. Lion Blaze can't hit him with an outlet pass, though. Freshness will have an opportunity to go for Luke, but that is Delta with the clear and the center, but it's going to be right at Lion Blaze.
Again, Freshness there. I think he had an option on his right. He maybe could have controlled it and gone for a flick, but he just takes a heavy touch, gives away possession, and another chance goes begging for Omelette.
It's a race to the ball here, won by Andy. How quick did he get up for this?
Really quick. I'll answer that for you. Really quick. Just perfect read off the ceiling bounce. Smashes it under the crossbar. Just too good, unfortunately. Just too good.
2 goals for Andy, 2 goals for Beastabonium, 2 goals for Delta, 2 goals all series for Omelette as a team. Here's Joe Freshness backing off the back wall. Nobody there to follow this up, as Luke was way back, afforded the time and space to get to that ball. But now played downfield, looking in the general direction of Delta, but he's just going to take boost and back away. Now, I like that kind of patient play from Frontline. I mean, it does feel like they've been in control, even though they haven't led the whole series. They have controlled the pace of just about everything here.
Yeah, they're spotting the chances better. They're identifying the best time to slow down. Like just there, he faked his opponent and then made a ball mid, no one on the end of it. But, you know, good bit of play to take a player out, then make a passing opportunity. They seem to be a bit more calm. You know, I said at the start it was sort of down to the mental game, and you know, where Omelette have looked a little bit nervous and a little bit panicky, Frontline have looked very composed and very witty.
Andy to center for Delta. Lion Blaze is turned around. He had no chance, and the lead now 2 for Team Frontline.
Yeah, they just can't handle the speed and the intelligence. Beastabonium just causing all sorts of havoc, just flopping around in their final thirds, just causing mayhem. And then the ball spills out to Andy, who puts a backward pass on from Delta, and then a nice quick finish. And, you know, not game, set, and match, but, oh, yeah, just as I say, they were... My goodness. What was my record for the Caster's Curse this game? I'm like 0-4 or something.
And if they didn't score here, I mean, you'd know they just couldn't possibly break through. After that just hairline save right out in front. A follow-up from Lion Blaze gives Omelette, again, some hope. But hope doesn't get you W's, as Andy will play this to the back wall. It'll be followed up now by Beastabonium. Again, more pressure from Team Frontline off a kickoff. as Andy avoids the demo. Still the challenge
finish.
won by Freshness. That is fantastic, and Lion Blaze converts to tie the game.
Yeah, maybe they found that winning mentality just in time. Great finish from Lion Blaze. I've been in those situations where it's such an important chance to take, and you sort of try and do 8 different things at the same time and completely mess it up. But he picked his spot. He knew he wanted to shoot behind the keeper. He stuck with it, and he executed it perfectly. And now they're right back in it.
All of a sudden, it's a brand new game with only 45 seconds and counting. Delta trying to spring Beastabonium downfield, but Luke has him beat. Can he pinch this around in the corner? No. And Delta will take over. He's not going to be able to follow this play, though, as Lion Blaze actually, Andy and Luke kind of get tangled up near the midfield boost. Will that open things up again for Team Frontline? Andy's got a full tank, but Delta goes up with him. Beastabonium had knocked Luke away, but the shot not on target. Missed opportunity for Frontline to put the series away.
Yeah, I mean, also, they sort of got away with that double commit there. That could have been really bad. 22 seconds is not when you want to double commit as last man, but they get away with it, and we're probably going to go to OT here. And honestly, like, usually I would say I'd fancy Frontline in the OT, but Omelette have sort of come out swinging in this just in time.
When I saw him drop that pass down, and I saw the attacker coming on, and I thought, all right, well, Marky said we're going overtime, so clearly we're not. But we are. Golden goal for Team Frontline to try and end this series and drop Omelette down to 1-2. They themselves would go to 2-1 and 1 win away from making it into next weekend's top 16. This goes all the way across for Lion Blaze to follow, but he's got to turn off as Delta had him beat. Then he almost got Joe Freshness, did get Luke, but fortunately Freshness had control through midfield.
Such an important point for this team's tournament, their whole tournament, not just this series, but when you lose 3-0 and in such a dominant fashion, it feels awful. You feel like the worst Rocket League player in history, and you go into the next series, and sometimes it can be hard to shake off. So this is such an important. Even just losing 3-1 makes you feel like if this went this way and that went this way, we maybe could have taken that series. But when you get smashed 3-0, you're sort of like, well, we got completely outplayed, and then you go into the next series head down. So such an important point for Omelette here.
Who is going to blink, especially around midfield? Beastabonium up the ladder is not gotten rid of this ball. Lion Blaze will be first over to it. Andy waiting on the back wall. They'll be short-handed as Andy drops that right down at Joe Freshness. And then this goes off of Lion Blaze, which actually kind of works out because it lets Luke try and keep possession for Omelette. Lion Blaze now trying to pepper the back wall, and they have not had much success there, and yet again turned aside.
Yeah, a good spell of pressure from Omelette here. Where was this for the last 2 games? They look like a different team. Luke was close to scoring that, I reckon. I reckon if he were just a millimeter closer, he would have flicked that past the keeper. They're looking like they're going to take this overtime, honestly.
There's a ton of pressure from Omelette. Now 11 shots. You technically have more than Frontline, though it doesn't seem like Frontline have been overmatched in this game at all. There's shot number 12 set away. Rather, shot number 11. Now it is Andy. Could not hit Beastabonium. Lion Blaze looking for someone on the right side. Nobody was there. So Delta can take over. And that, I think, has plagued Omelette throughout this series. A lot of good passes to open space. That space needs to be less open. There's got to be a teammate there. Lion Blaze. Boy, you just picked a spot and guessed right.
Yeah, that was a big moment there. If Lion Blaze puts a foot wrong, then Andy's scoring that all day. Good, nice composed bit of defending from Lion Blaze. Well done.
Lion Blaze, demo and ball and plenty of boost. Can he hit Lucas? No, but Freshness, he turned off it at the last moment. Now he'll take the shot, stays on the goal line, and this series continues.
Very impressed with Lion Blaze. Really stepped it up when it mattered most. He scored the equalizer, scores the winner here. I mean, this is an easy one to score, obviously. But also, just before that, he'd done someone on the wall. I don't know who it was, but he got past them, sent the ball mid for a teammate to score. Unfortunately, there was no one there, but Lion Blaze has really stepped up just in time to potentially save the whole series.
And perhaps save the tournament if they can mount a huge comeback here. Down 0-2 in the series. They needed that one. They got it. Of course, a lot of credit to Freshness, too. While I think he made the first mistake in hesitating, he didn't make the second mistake in continuing to back off. He corrected it, got a great shot off, and for all intents and purposes, scored the game winner.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like they've sort of just found themselves right at the end of the series here. Well, not at the end of the series, but, you know, right when it mattered most. I mean, sometimes that can happen. I've been in a series where you're not really feeling it, it's not really going your way, and then you just, like, all of a sudden you're finding yourselves in desperate need of a performance, and something just switches. It's sort of like, it's kind of like when it's 4 a.m. and you've got homework the next day, you just end up in the zone. Just, you know, you just bash out all that maths, you know, you're doing homework like Einstein out of nowhere. Sometimes you just need to be on the brink of doom to play your A game.
See if they can keep their best foot forward here because their backs are still against the wall. Omelette still needs another to force game 5. It is Freshness getting one around the boards, but Beastabonium with a big clear. And this is kind of a rare case where we're seeing offense from Omelette off the opening kickoff. It feels like off almost every kickoff, Beastabonium has been all over the ball. Team Frontline has had the first good look at the net. But they're on the back foot to start things off here, but that challenge by Beastabonium is going to frustrate the defense just a little bit. Now here comes Freshness. Over 1, but there's Beast at the end. Once again, frustrating Omelette.
Yeah, I like the way Frontline defended that air dribble. Just, you know, classic. You just send someone nice and early so that the air dribbler has to commit to a move, then someone sweeps him behind and clears the ball. So good bit of communication from Frontline. Looking as good as ever in this game. Not letting that defeat get to them.
This drops right down. Andy couldn't read it, so Freshness will take over. Trying to get through Beastabonium, and Luke plays that through to the corner. He's going to need help. As he's waiting and waiting, Lion Blaze starting to come up. He'll have to take over in the corner, and Delta has that right down the middle over another. Andy can't get the dunk. Keeps this from going off to the side, however, then Beastabonium whipped it completely.
Yeah,
and then so did Luke.
Yeah, that was a chance to do some damage. I think he sort of maybe missed the pad. Looked like he thought he had more boost than he did. Wasted opportunity. Rare mistake from him though. To be fair, he has had a pretty unreal series in his defense.
Had 2 goals and 2 assists, and he's kind of the low man on the totem pole in those stats. Everybody else has. You've got basically 2 goals, 3 assists from Andy as Beast makes that save. Andy trying to start the counterattack downfield. Won't get there in time, but Lion Blaze didn't get that out to the corner like you would have liked. Now Beastabonium, center for Delta. And that is well defended by Freshness, getting there to disrupt the shot.
This has become a really entertaining series. End-to-end stuff. Both teams looking creative and dangerous whenever they get the ball, and both teams looking composed and solid on defense. This is, I mean, I would dare say that even the loser of this series is probably one of the favorites to sneak into that top 8.
Freshness battling with Andy all the way up the wall, and it does go back into the Frontline zone for Beastabonium to collect. That kicks off the side. Freshness over to Lion Blaze, and Andy right there exactly where he needed to be to keep this game scoreless.
Yeah, Andy read it well. If anything, to be honest, I know it's tempting when someone zings a pass at you and you're kind of near goal. I know it's tempting just to go for the shot because sometimes it's like a 80-mile-an-hour shot top corner. But I felt like there was an extra pass on there to the mid that probably would have resulted in the goal, like, you know, a good percentage of the time. I would like to see an extra pass there, honestly.
This is blocked off to the side. Lion Blaze in a tough spot with Delta breathing down his neck. And now a good challenge won by Luke, but Beastabonium's there to clean up. Andy can't win this through to the middle of the field. It'll be Freshness with Lion Blaze waiting behind him, but the pass left a lot to be desired. It just dropped down in front of the Frontline defense.
Nice
this
ball.
Is a cross in front, and Andy could not get there to drop it down under the bar.
Great ball from Delta. It was good defending too. Just last minute, it was a certain goal if the defender didn't get there, and he had to get it right because it was quite, in a bit of danger of scoring an own goal. So great ball, great defense, really high quality stuff here today.
Freshness waiting on the right post and does clear this over Andy. but he's still downfield trying to barrel through Freshness. Freshness giving the ball right back to Andy. Delta waiting at midfield, or waiting in the middle, and Delta trying to break this scoreless tie. Could not, as Andy will start over from his own back line. We've seen physical play picking up a lot from Team Frontline. It hasn't opened up many opportunities, but you feel like it definitely could if just they could throw anything actually towards the net.
Yeah, and a big part of the reason that it's not coming off is because prior to this game, Omelette were having a lot of trouble with the backboard clears. We saw a lot of goals go in where a defender was sort of caught under a backboard bounce and then didn't get up in time. But since the third game, what a goal! I'll come back to that later, but look at this shot from Luke. Great ball from Line Blaze as well. Oh, he gets up so fast.
That's his first goal of the series. Yeah, it's also his most important goal of the series. Why wouldn't it be? 14 seconds left with your, again, not quite your tournament, but mentally you'd have to imagine your tournament life on the line. And he comes up with that, perfectly placed. Now they got to hold on for the final countdown here as Andy does get this in the air, but Lucas will ground it. Omelette has come back with 2 in a row, a pair of 1-goal victories, and we're going to have a 5th and deciding game between Omelette and Frontline.
Yeah, wow, that winning goal there, that was unbelievable. You saw the pass from Luke's point of view. Lion Blaze absolutely clattered it across the pitch, and you saw it from Luke's point of view. You know, most people probably just back off and be like, all right, you've smashed this pass, I'm not reaching that. But he got up so quick and then managed to get it down as well with the defender oncoming. Just beautiful finish from Luke, great stuff.
So we will need Champions Field to settle this between Omelette and Team Frontline. Again, the winner goes to 2-1, 1 win away from playing next Saturday and getting one step closer to that top 8 playoff. 5 more minutes on the clock. Delta up against Luke, and there he is again. Beastabonium looking for Andy, almost found him as Lion Blaze gets credit for the save. Now the break back the other way, trying to go near post, and Delta cut it out. Lion Blaze follow up, that drops down, and that is heartbreak for Omelette.
Yeah, that attacking play from Omelette is just quintessential. Well, this is exactly what I was talking about. Earlier in the series, they probably would have just slapped that at goal and hoped for the best, but Luke saw that there was space, took his time, took it infield, faked the pass, created an opportunity for a shot, didn't quite come off, but they're looking a lot more composed and a lot more creative so far. And on top of all that, they're defending way better. They're making the difficult backboard reads a lot more consistently now, and they're reading their opponent's plays a lot better now. They have just stepped it up so much since they went 3-1 down in Game 3.
Lion Blaze got one around Beastabonium, but Delta's there in support. Delta and Beastabonium, though, they got to spread out, and Delta does opt to go through the mid, so Andy has to challenge this. He can follow that play up after a lackluster clear, and that is excellent defending from Lion Blaze to keep the door shut.
Yeah, that was a beautiful bit of dribbling as well from Andy. You know, pretty unfortunate they didn't get the goal. Somehow Lion Blaze read it. It was like what did he do? He like sort of jumped up and faked it and then went into a ground pinch, but somehow Lion Blaze was savvy to the danger and got rid of it. Just unbelievable Rocket League from both teams.
Omelette threatening a reverse sweep as that drops in front, and Andy has to come across to get the clear. He'll go all the way to the ceiling, trying to get one down to Delta. He cannot, so Beastabonium comes up. He was looking for the midfield boost, and I don't believe it spawned for him. It did not, so he's going to be in a tough spot trying to get back. And if Omelette can take advantage, they got a real chance here, as that is just off the mark from Luke.
Yeah, and all of a sudden they're looking for their teammates, and they're looking like the better team. They've created the better chances so far in this game. They haven't looked too much risk of conceding so far, bar that one beautiful dribble from Andy. And I've changed my mind. I think Omelette are going to take the series.
All right, well, so now we know that Team Frontline's going to win this series.
Yeah.
As Delta will have to try and play that to the corner so he could get a full tank of boost. Yeah, it is amazing how this series has shifted because, again, not 15 minutes ago, it looked like Team Frontline was men amongst boys out there, and boy, have things changed.
Can I ask you a question? Is Lion Blaze Omelette's team captain? Am I right in saying that? What a goal. There we go. Great bump.
Might as well be. He has taken over. That's his 5th goal of the series.
Nice bump from Freshness. Very intelligent. Good read as well from Lion Blaze to recognize that the bump was coming. Maybe I feel like the defender sort of asked for it. If you sit there on the goal line, side on, waiting for the ball to come down, you're kind of asking to get clattered. But still, good play from Omelette. And yeah, what I was saying before about Lion Blaze, is he their captain? Am I right in saying that?
I believe he is. I would have to double check. If not him, it would be Luke.
Because this game is a testament to Lion Blaze's leadership. All 3 players looked pretty bad, honestly, in the first couple games. And then Lion Blaze had that breakout game where he scored 3 goals, sort of saved the series for the team. And then all 3 players since then have been playing so much better. I don't know if he said something to them, I don't know if he just sort of led by example, but I feel like he was the catalyst to this Omelette team really coming out and playing their A game.
They've got to hold on for another 90 seconds. This goes all the way across. Beastabonium is up for it. The team Frontline, they have been stifled and frustrated by the Omelette defense, and the Omelette attack for that matter. Here's Luke again, looking for Freshness. Instead, he's going to call his own number, and Andy is there to shut the door on the near post. Does kind of seem a little disjointed from Frontline as they try to get downfield. You're not seeing them move nearly as quickly as they were in the first couple of games.
Yeah, well, if you're 2 games up, you can. Oh no! He recovers well. Freshness almost throwing the lead all by himself, but he recovers well. Yeah, what I was saying is if you're 2 goals up in game 3 where you're already 2 games up, it can really shake your confidence to all of a sudden be on the back foot. You know, I've thrown plenty of series in my time, and like it can really shake you. You do often play a lot worse when the opposing team has just come back and ruined your party.
So there's confirmation. Momentum is very much a thing in Rocket League, and it is rearing its ugly head right now at Team Frontline as they have been unable to get anything going. Still scoreless here in Game 5, needing 1 to at least force OT. Delta with a good shot on, but Lion Blaze is right there. Again, just waiting on the back wall, and it does seem like Omelette have committed to defense. They've definitely backed down into the shell, but this is an opportunity. Andy, backboard, does he have a slip? No, and that drops down. Omelette comes all the way back. They got a huge goal from Luke in Game 4, and then Lion Blaze shown throughout the series as he gets the one and only goal, the game winner in Game 5 to push Omelette to 2-1.
Yeah, huge props to the whole team, but especially Lion Blaze. Sometimes when a series isn't going well, you need your main man to step up and carry you forward. You know, he only carried for 1 game. To be fair, after that game, the other 2 players stepped up in a big way and really played well. But sometimes you just need one man to start playing well. Sometimes you'll see your teammate just hitting great ball after great ball, and you're like, you know what, my teammate's on fire. I need to step it up. I need to just find him with passes. I need to, help him out. It just fills you with confidence when one of your teammates is playing well. So huge props to Lion Blaze. He can pat himself on the back. I feel like easily the MVP of that series.
It felt like 5 unanswered goals, if I did my math correctly there, for Omelette, including that overtime winner in Game 3, the 2 goals in Games 4 and 5. Just phenomenal stuff as Omelette moves to 2-1. Team Frontline drops to 1-2. We do have a couple more 1-1 teams that are eager to play. They have been waiting very patiently. Alpine and the Pittsburgh Knights are coming up. Join us with the conversation on Twitter at RL Esports. Use the hashtag RLCSX. Let us know who you think is going to take between Alpine and the Pittsburgh Knights. They're coming up as round 3 continues right after this.